Hello students. So in my last video I finished explanation of chapter 4, and today in this video I am going to explain chapter 5, the ailing planet, the green moment's role, by Nani Palkhiwala. So dear students, this chapter is very important as it is an article published in Indian Express in 24th November 1994 by Nani Palkhiwala. So Nani Palkhiwala raised a very important issue regarding exploitation of earth. As a human being we are exploiting the earth. So how the condition of earth is deteriorating because of us. So very important issue he raised in 1994, but this issue still it is relevant even today after about 16 years. So it is relevant. Okay, so let us begin. The following article was written by Nani Palkhiwala and published in the Indian Express on 24th November 1994. So the following article, the article which we are going to read, the chapter which we are going to read, it is an article which was written on 24th November 1994 by Nani Palkhiwala. The issues that he raised regarding the declining health of the earth continue to have relevance. So the issues that he has raised, it was regarding declining, deteriorating the health of the earth, and it is even today it is relevant. Even in 2020 it is relevant. Okay, one cannot recall any moment in the world history which has gripped the imagination of the entire human race so completely and so rapidly as the green movement, which started nearly 25 years ago. In 1972, the world's first nationwide Green Party was founded in New Zealand. Since then, the movement has not looked back. So in this paragraph, the author, the writer Nani Palkhiwala says that one cannot recall any moment in the world history which has gripped means clutch, hold the imagination of the entire human race so completely and so rapidly as the green movement. So here he says that after green movement, no any moment took place in this world which could attract people's attention, which could hold the people's, clutch the people's imagination. So what was green movement? Green movement, it is a movement which stresses people to follow environmentally friendly practices. So green movement which was started in 25 years ago. So as this article was written in 1994, so this movement took place 20 years ago. It means it took place in 1972. The world's first nationwide Green Party was founded in New Zealand, and in 1972 the world's first nationwide Green Party was founded in New Zealand, and it started green movement. Since then the movement has not looked back, and since then this movement hasn't looked back, it still continued. So here in this paragraph the writer tells us that in 1972 he introduces a movement which took place in 1972 in New Zealand, and it was a green movement. So he introduces green movement which took place in 1972, and in this movement it was stressed. People were stressed to follow environmental friendly practices. Okay, we have shifted one hopes irrevocably. Irrevocably means in a way that cannot be changed or reversed, unchangeable, from a mechanistic view to a holistic and ecological view of the world. It is a shift in human perceptions as revolutionary as that introduced by Copernicus, who taught mankind in 16th century that the earth and the other planets revolved around the sun. For the first time in human history, there is a growing nationwide consciousness that the earth itself is a living organism, an enormous being of which we are parts. It has its own metabolic needs and vital processes which need to be respected and preserved. Irrevocably means in a way that cannot be changed, and holistic and ecological view means it means a view for the preservation of the environment. It also refers to the understanding of importance of earth resources for the use of future generation. So revolutionary means evolving a complete change, and metabolic needs means needs of living organism that enables them to have a chemical process that cause food to be used for growth and energy. We have shifted one hope irrevocably. So we have shifted one hope, and which cannot be changed. So we human beings have shifted our hopes, and which cannot be changed now. From a mechanistic view to holistic and ecological view. So now we have shifted, we have changed our hopes from mechanistic view to holistic view. Mechanistic view means it is related to machine. So we are not thinking that this earth is a machine. Now we are not thinking that this earth is a machine. So we have changed. Earlier we were thinking that this earth is a machine, okay, but now our thinking, our hopes have shifted. So now we have started considering the earth as holistic and ecological view. So we have started considering the earth whole life. It's also a life, a complete life. Holistic and ecological view means it means a view for the preservation of the environment. So the earth is also a complete life. It is also a living thing, so we have to preserve it. It also refers to the understanding of importance of earth resources for the use of future generations. So now we have started considering it as living organism, as living thing. So earlier we were considering it a machine, but now we have shifted our thinking and we started considering the earth a holistic and ecological view. Okay, so we have shifted our view from mechanistic to holistic and ecological view. So we started realizing that we have to preserve the environment, we have to preserve the earth. Okay, and we have to understand the importance of earth resources for the use of future generation of the world. So it is a shift in human perceptions as revolutionary as that introduced by Copernicus, who taught mankind in the 16th century that the earth and the other planets revolve around the sun. And this shift, this change can be compared to that concept which was introduced by Copernicus, in which he taught the human beings in 16th century that the earth and the other planets revolved around the sun. So this shift can be this shift in human perceptions, human thinkings, so can be related to that concept which was given by Copernicus. Okay, so revolutionary means evolving, a complete change. For the first time in human history, there is a growing worldwide consciousness that the earth itself is a living organism. So it is the first time when worldwide the people started thinking that, the people now conscious that, they started realizing that this earth is not a machine, it is also a living organism, an enormous being of which we are part. And this is an enormous, a great living being, and we are the part of this living being. Now we have the human beings have started considering the earth as a living being, living organism, and considering themselves a part of this enormous living being. Okay. An enormous being of which we are part. It has its own metabolic needs, and we also have started realizing that the earth has also the earth has also metabolic needs. Metabolic needs means needs of living organism that enables them to have a chemical process that causes food to be used for growth and energy. So we take food, and that food gives us energy, okay, for the whole day work, for the growth. So this is called metabolic needs. So in the same way, the earth has also its own metabolic needs, and vital processes we need to be respected and preserved. And the earth has also very important processes, very vital processes, and which need to be respected, which we should respect and we should preserve. Okay, as we human being, we are living being, and we need food to produce energy. Okay, in the same way, the earth also needs to be respected and preserved, and its requirement must be fulfilled. Okay. The earth's vital signs reveal a patient in declining health. The earth's vital signs reveal a patient in declining health. So here the writer Nani Palkhiwala tells us very important thing. The earth's vital signs reveal. So the way we are exploiting the earth, so now it is like its health is declining day by day. Its health is deteriorating day by day. Okay. So the earth's vital signs reveal a patient in declining health. We have begun to realize our ethical obligations, and now we have started realizing our ethical obligations. Ethical obligations means moral duties. Now we have started realizing our moral obligations. Okay. Because in the beginning he said that now human beings shifted their views. Now they do not consider the earth a machine. Now they consider it an ecological and ecological view. So they they changed their view, and now they think it a living organism. Okay, but earlier they were thinking it a machine, and they were exploiting the earth. So because of that, the earth's health has been deteriorating. Okay, so we have begun to realize our ethical obligations. So now we have started to realize our moral duties. So when someone is required to do something based on a righteous standard of rules. So now we have started realizing our moral duties. To be good stewards of the planet and responsible trustees, the legacy to future generations. So here Nani Palkhiwala says that, so now we have started our moral obligations towards earth, okay, to be good stewards, to be good manager, okay, stewards, manage or look after. So now we have started looking after the earth well, looking after this planet well, and we have become responsible trustees of the legacy to future generations. So now we have started preserving the earth for the future generations, for the coming generations. The concept of sustainable development was popularized in 1987 by the World Commission on Environment and Development. So this concept of sustainable development means economic development without depletion of natural resources. So without exploiting the natural resources and economic development, it is called sustainable development. Okay, so the concept of sustainable development was popularized in 1987 by the World Commission on Environment and Development. So this sustainable development had become popular in 1987 by the World Commission on Environment and Development. In its report, it defined the idea as development that meets the needs of the present without compromising the ability of future generations to meet their needs. So in its report, World Commission on Environment, this World Commission on Environment, in its report, it says it defined the idea as development that meets the needs of the present without compromising the ability of future generations to meet their needs. So now development should be based on ethical view, okay, and without compromising, without exploiting the earth, without exploiting the environment. So the development should be done. Okay, so this definition was this report was given by World Commission on Development. In its report, it defined the idea as this idea of preserving the earth, this idea of respecting the earth. So they defined it as development that meets the needs of present without compromising the ability of future generations to meet their needs. So that is without stripping the natural world of resources future generations would need. So now we have started developing without harming the natural resources which the future generation required, So now we have started developing without compromising the earth's health. Okay, so now here Nani Palkhiwala wants to say that now human being, they are now showing sincerity, they are now showing their responsibility towards earth, and during their development, the plans which they are the plans which they are implementing, it is without harming of the earth, without any harm of earth's health. Okay, and they are also preserving the things which the future generations would need. In the zoo at Lusaka, Zambia, there is a case where the notice reads the world's most dangerous animal. So in the zoo at Lusaka, Zambia, in a zoo in Lusaka, Zambia, there is a case where the notice reads, there is a case on which a board is there, okay, and it is written on the board, the world's most dangerous animal. So in the zoo at Lusaka, Zambia, there is a case where the notice is written, the world's most dangerous animal. Inside the case there is no animal but a mirror where you see yourself. Here Nani Palkhiwala tells us very important things. He comments on human beings, how we are responsible for deteriorating the health of the earth. So how we human beings are responsible. Okay, so what he wants to say, he tells us that in Lusaka, Zambia, there is a mirror and there is a case, and on the case the notice is written, the world's most dangerous animal, but inside the case there is no animal but a mirror where a human being can see himself, where you see yourself, where a human being can see himself or herself. So it shows that the zoo wants to give a message that the human beings are the most dangerous animal of this earth. We human beings are the most dangerous animals of this earth, because we are exploiting the earth. So we have been exploiting the earth. So that is why we are the most dangerous human beings on this earth. So in this zoo there is a case. Inside the case there is a mirror, and in the mirror human beings can see itself, which means the human beings are the most dangerous animals in this world. Thanks to the efforts of the number of agencies in different countries, a new awareness has now dawned upon the most dangerous animal in the world. Thanks to the efforts of number of agencies. So Nani Palkhiwala here says that, so now he wants to thanks to the effort of many agencies, so which are doing work in the favor of our environment. Okay, they are creating awareness in order to save our environment. So that is why he says here, thanks to efforts of number of agencies in different countries, a new awareness has now dawned, a new awareness has now started, the most dangerous animals in the world. So against this most dangerous animal in the world, so here many agencies has started awareness against these human beings. The most dangerous animals in the world means human beings. So many agencies have started their awareness against human beings. He has realized the wisdom of shifting from a system based on domination to one based on the partnership. So now he has realized the wisdom of shifting from a system based on domination. So now human beings has realized the wisdom of shifting from a system based on domination. So this, ecology, this environment, this earth, we cannot dominate on this earth. We can become a partner only. So it is not about domination, it is about partnership. So now the human being has realized the wisdom of shifting from a system based on domination to one based on partnership. Now we cannot dominate the earth, so it's a partnership to save the earth for the future generations. Okay, it's a partnership, it is not domination. We cannot be a dominator, we cannot dominate the earth and we cannot exploit it. Okay, we have to save it for the future generation. Okay, scientists have catalogued about 1.4 million living species with which mankind shares the earth. So scientists have listed, classified, categorized about 1.4 million living species with which mankind shares this earth. Estimates vary widely as regards the still uncatalogued living species. Biologists reckon that about 3 to 100 million other living species still languish unnamed in ignominious darkness. So catalogs means classify, categorize or list. Reckon means calculate. Languish means lose or lack of vitality of a person, vitality of a person or plant of animal, grow weak. Okay, so here what does Nani Palkhiwala wants to tell us? Scientists have catalogued, scientists have categorized, classified about 1.4 million living species with which we human beings live on this earth. Estimates vary widely as regards the still uncatalogued living species, but still we have about 3 to 100 million other living species. Okay, they live in darkness, they don't have any name, still they are to be discovered. Still the scientists are discovering them, still they are to be discovered. They are in darkness, the scientists have no knowledge about 3 to 100 million other species. Still they live on this earth and no one knows about them. Scientists have catalogued about 1.4 million living species, but still they are researching, they are still discovering about 3 to 100 million other living species. They wanted to still they want to know about them. They are unnamed, they live in darkness, no one has knowledge about them. Okay, one of the early international commissions which dealt inter alia means among the things, with the question of ecology and environment was a Brand Commission, which had a distinguished Indian as one of its members, Mr. L.K. Jha. The first Brand report raised the question, are we to leave our successors a scorched planet of advancing deserts, improvised landscapes and ailing environment. So environment. One of the early international commission which dealt with, among other things with the question of ecology. So one of the early international commission which deals with the question of ecology and environment was a Brand Commission, which had a distinguished Indian, so which has as a member its member also an Indian, Mr. L.K. Jha. So the first Brand report raised a question, so are we to leave our successor scorched? So are we are going to leave a burnt surface with heat of fire for our coming generations? Are we are going to leave such earth, such planet which will be a burning surface with the heat of life? Are we are planning to leave earth in this condition for our coming generation? Of advancing desert, improvised landscapes, ailing environment. So are we going to hand over our coming generation to a surface with heat of fire, which is very poor, and which health is ailing, which is very poor in health, which environment is very poor? So are we going to give such planet to our coming generations? So here this commission raised this very important questions. The way we are behaving, the way we are exploiting the earth, so one day the way we are cutting down the trees, so the way the global warming is raising, so one day we will leave the earth with the burning surface with the heat of fire, and it will be a poor landscape, it will have a poor landscape and poor environment. So here this commission raised this question, are we going to leave such planet for our coming generations? So it is all about today's video, so you have to revise till here. In my next video I will explain the rest part of this chapter. Thank you for watching.